In grade 3, the girl always brought extra crayons. Not because she was the sharing type, because she forgot things easily. Her pencil case was always messy. Some crayons were snapped in half. Some had paper labels peeled off. A few were so small they looked like they were only holding on because she wanted them to. On the first day of class, she sat down and tipped her pencil case onto the table by mistake. Colors rolled everywhere. Red, blue, yellow, like little pieces of embarrassment. While she scrambled to gather them, the boy sitting beside her quietly pushed his own crayon box toward the center.
You can use mine.
She froze. He didn't make it a big deal. He just nodded at her scattered crayons like he understood.
I don't use all of them anyway.
She stared at him for a second, then nodded back.
Okay.
That was the start. Not fireworks, not instant best friends. Just one small kindness that didn't ask for anything. Every morning after that, the boy arrived early. His bag always looked neat, like it knew where it belonged. His notebooks were clean. His pencil was sharpened the same way every day. And the first thing he did, before he opened anything else, was place his crayons between them on the table. Not on his side. Not on her side. In the middle. Like it was shared space. She began to expect it, the same way she expected the bell to ring and the teacher to call attendance. Some days, she said.
Thanks.
Some days, she forgot. He never looked offended either way. When she borrowed his red, he didn't hover. When she used his blue, he didn't hurry her. He just let her. And for a kid who always seemed careful with everything, that mattered. They didn't become the loud kind of friends. They didn't run around the playground screaming each other's names. At recess, other kids played tag or climbed the bars or chased each other until their shoes filled with sand. But the girl and the boy stayed near the side of the playground where it was calmer. Sometimes they sat on the low step near the classroom wall, not hiding, just choosing quiet. They watched things most kids didn't care about. Ants making lines in the dirt. A leaf spinning in the wind. Clouds that looked like animals. Birds landing and leaving like they had important plans. The girl talked more. The boy listened more. She'd say random thoughts like,
I think clouds are just cotton that escaped.
and he'd smile like she'd said something brilliant. He didn't laugh loudly. He had a soft laugh, like he didn't want to disturb anything. Once, she asked,
Why don't you play tag?
He answered quickly, like he practiced it.
I get tired.
She shrugged. And that was that. Grade 3 is full of answers that don't explain everything. On art days, the classroom felt happier. The teacher would hand out paper and say,
Today, we color.
The girl colored fast. She filled spaces like she was racing time. The boy colored slowly, carefully, always inside the lines. One day, she colored the sky purple. The boy leaned closer, his eyes squinting.
You're not supposed to do that.
She stared at him.
Says who?
He paused, like he didn't know how to argue without sounding mean. She pointed at the paper.
I like it.
The boy looked at her purple sky for a long moment. Then he nodded.
It looks different.
He didn't say wrong. After that, he stopped correcting her. He started watching her instead, like her way of doing things was something he wanted to understand. And sometimes, only sometimes, he would choose a color that wasn't the expected one too. Not purple skies, but maybe green flowers, or an orange tree. The first day the boy was absent, the teacher said it like it was normal.
He's sick today.
The class nodded and moved on. But the girl stared at the empty space beside her. It looked too clean, too quiet. That morning, she didn't touch his crayons. Even though she needed them, she kept them in the middle of the table, exactly where he always placed them. During writing time, she borrowed a pencil from someone else. During coloring time, she used her broken crayons and tried not to get annoyed when the red snapped again. At recess, she still went to the quiet side of the playground. She looked at the classroom door once or twice, like maybe he'd come late. He didn't. When the bell rang, she packed up slowly. Before she left, she pushed his chair in neat, straight, ready. Not because she was told to. Because she wanted things to be ready for him. When he returned 2 days later, he smiled like nothing happened.
Did I miss anything?
He asked, sliding into his seat.
You missed art.
His eyes brightened.
Oh.
She watched him place the crayon box back in the middle like he was putting something precious where it belonged.
Are you okay?
She asked, trying to sound casual. He nodded too fast.
Yeah, just sick.
Then he opened his notebook like the conversation was done. The girl looked at his hands. He held his pencil tightly, like it might escape. As the weeks went on, the boy's absences became more common. Sometimes he missed 1 day. Sometimes 3. Sometimes he arrived and looked fine at first. Then slowly faded by noon, his eyes heavy, his shoulders slumping as if his backpack was full of rocks instead of books. During reading time, the teacher would read aloud, and the boy's head would dip. At first, the teacher gently tapped his desk and whispered his name. Later, she stopped tapping. She let him rest. The girl noticed that the boy apologized for things he shouldn't have to apologize for.
Sorry,
he whispered once when his pencil rolled off the table.
it's okay.
The girl whispered back, sliding it to him.
Sorry.
He whispered again another day when he coughed too much.
It's okay.
She repeated. She said it so many times it became part of her breathing. During group work, the teacher would assign partners. The boy and girl always ended up together, even when the teacher didn't say it out loud. One afternoon, their task was to make a poster of things that make us happy. The girl drew candy and cartoons. The boy drew a simple drawing of crayons, placed between two people. The girl looked at it.
That's weird.
The boy shrugged.
It's not weird, it's true.
She didn't argue. She just colored the crayons carefully, making each one bright and whole, not broken. One day, it rained so hard the playground turned into mud. Recess was indoors. Kids groaned, trapped in the classroom, energy bouncing off the walls. The teacher let them play quietly at their desks. The girl and boy stayed at their table, as usual. The boy looked out the window and watched raindrops race down the glass.
Rain is boring.
The boy shook his head.
No,
Why?
He pointed at the window.
it's like the sky is drawing lines.
She stared, then smiled.
You're weird.
The boy's smile came slow, tired, but real.
I know.
Then he rested his head on his arm. The girl stared at him for a moment. Then she quietly pulled his crayon box closer to the edge of the table so it wouldn't fall. She didn't touch him. She didn't wake him. She just kept things safe. There are small ways adults change when something is wrong. The teacher started saying his name differently. When he was absent, she stopped saying, "He's sick today." She started saying, "He's resting." The word resting made the girl uncomfortable. It sounded bigger. It sounded like a door closing quietly. When the girl asked,
When will he come back?
the teacher smiled, but her eyes looked tired.
Soon.
Adults also say soon when they don't know. One morning, the boy came to school with a small bandage on the back of his hand. The girl pointed immediately.
What happened?
The boy looked down at it. He hesitated, then said,
Hospital.
just one word. The girl's stomach twisted.
What for?
The boy shrugged, trying to make it small.
They checked me.
Does it hurt?
He thought for a moment, then he said,
Only a little.
He pulled his crayons out slowly and set them in the middle of the table like he was making sure something stayed normal. The girl stared at the crayons. She suddenly hated that crayons could be normal while everything else wasn't. One afternoon, art class came again. The teacher said, "Draw something you love." The girl drew her home. The boy drew something different this time. Not a house, not a toy. He drew two kids, sitting at a table, a crayon box between them. The girl leaned closer.
Is that us?
The boy nodded. The girl smiled, warm in her chest.
Then why do I look so serious?
Because you're thinking.
Thinking about what?
The boy paused, then colored the crayon box bright.
I don't know, just thinking.
When they finished, the boy tore the drawing out of his notebook. He folded it once, then twice. He didn't give it to her. He placed it carefully in his bag. The girl watched. Something inside her wanted to ask why. She didn't. Then he stopped coming. 1 week passed. 2 weeks. The class moved on, because kids have to. but the girl didn't move on in the same way. Every morning, she still left space. Every day during coloring time, she still placed the crayons in the middle. Sometimes other kids borrowed from her, and she shared, because sharing felt like keeping the middle alive. At recess, she still went to the quiet side of the playground. The quiet side felt louder without him. One morning, the teacher told them to sit down. Her hands shook a little as she held the attendance sheet. The girl immediately looked at the empty space beside her. She already knew. The teacher said his name. Some kids didn't recognize it right away, because he had been gone long enough for them to forget the sound. But the girl didn't forget. The teacher said he wouldn't be coming back to school. The room changed. Even the loud kids stopped moving. Some children cried without understanding why. Some stared at the floor. The girl stared at the crayon box. Her ears rang. Her hands felt cold. No one said anything big. No one needed to add the empty space beside her. Felt final. That afternoon, after class, the girl stayed behind while everyone else ran out. The teacher was stacking papers. The girl didn't know what she wanted. She just knew she couldn't leave yet. The teacher noticed her.
Do you need something?
She asked gently. The girl swallowed.
His crayons are these. Mine now.
The teacher's face tightened. She looked away for a moment, like she was picking her words carefully. Then she nodded.
If you want to, keep them, yes.
The girl's eyes burned. She picked up the crayon box slowly. It felt heavier than it should. Not because of crayons, because of what they meant. That night, the girl opened the crayon box on her bed. Inside were crayons, neatly arranged, not broken, not messy. The boy's carefulness still lived there. She moved the crayons around and found something tucked underneath, pressed flat like it had been hidden for a long time. A folded paper. Her hands trembled as she opened it. It was the drawing. Two kids at a table. A crayon box in the middle. Above them, the boy had drawn a simple sun. Not a fancy sun. Just a circle with lines. In the corner, there was a small detail she hadn't noticed before. A tiny crayon-colored blue. It was placed slightly apart from the rest, like it was waiting. At the bottom of the paper, there were words. Not long, not poetic. Just something a grade 3 kid would write, because he didn't know how to write bigger feelings. It said, "For when I'm not there." The girl pressed the drawing to her chest. She cried quietly. Not the loud crying kids do when they fall. The slow crying that feels like you're trying to breathe through something heavy. The next day, during art time, the teacher handed out paper.
Draw anything,
She said softly. The girl opened the crayon box. She placed it in the middle of the table. Habit. Then she realized there was no middle anymore. It was just her side. She didn't move the box back. Instead, she placed it close to the empty space. As close as she could, like she was still making room. She chose the blue crayon first. The one she remembered most. She colored the sky, not purple, blue. Careful. Inside the lines. Weeks passed. New lessons. New pages. New projects. Kids laughed again. The world kept going. But the girl did one thing every day without missing. Before she packed her bag, she opened the crayon box and checked that all the crayons were there. Then she closed it gently. Like closing a door quietly so it wouldn't wake someone. Sometimes, she shared the crayons with classmates. Sometimes, she didn't. But she always kept one rule. The crayons stayed together. No one took one home. Not even her. Because she understood something now. Some things aren't just supplies. Some things are proof. Proof that someone sat beside you. Proof that someone chose to share. Proof that someone existed in the middle of your days. And even if he didn't reach grade 4, a piece of him still stayed in grade 3, in the extra pair of crayons that never stopped being shared. The end.